It turns out that if you look at who's struggling in terms of repayment, who's defaulting on their student loans, it's generally not those borrowers who have significant debts, those who have borrowed to go to a four-year school, especially those who borrow to go to graduate school, who tend to have the largest debt loads and ultimately tend to be very successful economically and to be able to manage that repayment burden. Where the problem is most severe is people who have very modest loan amounts, generally under $20,000, who have borrowed to attend a career training program, maybe in the for-profit sector, have failed to complete it, failed to transition into the workforce. They're the ones who are really defaulting on their loans. And so I think the reason it's important to keep that in mind is that any sort of across-the-board debt relief proposal is likely to be quite regressive in its impact ultimately. And so I think that's where there's a need for some creative thinking, as you say. The idea that's really emerged in higher education over the past couple of decades is the idea of income contingent repayment plans. So basing the amount that you repay to some degree on your income. And this would target assistance where it's most needed. The reason it makes sense from an economic perspective is that college is generally still a very good investment. Most people, as a result, are able to repay that loan that they borrow, but it's also a risky investment. And so I think this is a good way to manage that risk. If it doesn't pay off for you, then you end up paying back less and are less likely to go into default.